How to pack your car. I'm really happy on splitting these videos up because these are long, but I guess this is part 3. We worked our way up from what you want to carry on your body, your fashion, your clothes, what you keep in your pockets, and then we moved on to a backpack, what you would carry on your daily, a backpack essential, I guess you could say. At least the things I bring on the daily. But now we're going to talk about what you keep in your car. I think it's very important because I'm still trying to tweak how I want to do this. I've got a lot of stuff in my trunk. Now at the essentials, if you break down, if your car breaks, what do you have in your car? First off, you want your license, registration, insurance info printed out, all set in the glove compartment. And no gun in the glove compartment, because if you get pulled over, that's going to be a problem. You need to have something set up, right? You got to have some kind of solution there. You got to have your registration and everything. First of all, it's a legal thing. Second of all, don't get arrested. Don't get a ticket. Be smart. Have a updated license plate, all the registration tags, everything. Have it up to date. You're gonna get screwed, right? And then from there, I'd probably want to have, some essentials in there. Maybe a water bottle, or even a case of water in your trunk. Could be really handy if it's hot outside. Stuff happens. Have water. Have some snacks, long-term snacks, something that will be okay in the heat. An umbrella or a rain jacket in the back. That's good. And then some sunglasses. That's pretty important. Of course, you gotta snag some napkins from Wendy's and Wawa. That's clutch. In your trunk, you want to have, this is where it gets into more detail, right? You want to have a spare tire, nice and pumped up with air, all of your tool kits and stuff to change a tire, something to pump up the car off the ground, your lug nuts and everything like that to take off the wheel and replace the wheel, know how to change your tire, and then you go into maybe having a thing of oil, so when you change your oil, you're already ready, you already have it, and then if you ever need to top off your oil, you have it, in case you have an oil leak, you can at least get yourself home. The other thing is coolant. Now, in your car, for the refrigerant, for your AC, but also for your actual car cooling, requires coolant. And if your coolant has a leak, you need to get it back up, And you can't just fill it up with regular water. You need distilled water. Getting it from the store, $2, a gallon of distilled water can get you pretty far. It'll get you home. It'll get you to an auto repair shop. It'll get you somewhere. I think that's an essential. Another thing is maybe I'm trying to think here. I think a vacuum that you can plug into your car, clean out your car real quick, essential. A car air freshener, clutch. Have a pack of them, get them on Amazon, 5-pack or something. Throw them in your car whenever you need it, no, throw that air freshener out, boom, car's fresh. Keep the stains out your car, keep the smell out your car, keep your floor mats nice and clean. When people come in your car, there's no mess. They go, wow, your car's clean. That's what you need to hear. If you ever have anyone as a passenger princess, you need to have that locked in. Then we're going into more recreational stuff. For me, I've got a tripod. For no reason, I never use it, but if I needed it, I'd have it. It's nice to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, And then I also have a hammock in my car. You never know when you need to chill. It's kind of pointless because you can lay on the floor anywhere and be calm and collected, and vibe. But I did find I started putting up my hammock in spots like this and just chilling, watching a sunset on a trail. It's pretty handy to have. Just imagine for a date idea, you're like, oh, do you want to go out? Oh yeah, I've got a hammock in my car. Let's head out to this spot. I know a spot. A double hammock, set it up, maybe grab a book, have a book in the trunk of your car, maybe you're reading it, maybe you're not. Maybe let's go read a book together in my double hammock. What kind of date idea is that? Oh my gosh, that's clutch. I just gave you the perfect advice. You're welcome. Okay, beyond that, what's the next step? What's the next thing that I want in my car? A change of clothes and a towel. A quick, dry camping towel that you can like literally do this and it's dry, but a nice big one that wraps up real compact and tight. Something that you can wear. Maybe your buddy says, hey, come over to a pool party. You've got a towel already. Now you need to have your Crocs in the back of your trunk in case you need to go to the pool in the Crocs. You've got maybe a different pair of shoes. Let's say you have all three of your shoes in your car, in the trunk, so they don't get too hot in the sun. You've got your, you've got your dress shoes, you've got your sneakers, and you've got your Crocs all in your car. And then you've got maybe a lightweight, like sun shirt that's like a water shirt, and then some swim trunks, and maybe a spare change of underwear, and maybe a spare change of socks. Beyond that, some quick like joggers, and a decent looking shirt, something that you can take out to maybe the club, maybe a leather jacket for the club, something that's a little bit stylish that you can throw on. I have done that plenty of times where I've gone straight from work, put on my club outfit with, cargo pants, a t-shirt, and a jacket, and a different pair of shoes, and go out to the park, chill, grab some food, and then head out to the club or bar. Sometimes going home driving 20 minutes home and 20 minutes back out to town, it kind of sucks. Just bypass that entirely. So you've got two changes of clothes. You got your water clothes, you got your stylish, outgoing clothes, nightlife clothes. You got your work clothes that you're wearing probably because you're out working all the time. And you've got your 3 pairs of shoes. Beyond that, you want to think about a hygiene bag. You've got a deodorant. You've got a nice, sweet, succulent cologne. Like, cuts through the club air. Like, reeks of fashion and utter vigor, Whoa, pause. I said it with a V, okay? Get it right. Now, beyond that, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash even. Whoa. Maybe you have some conditioner, some hair gel, maybe a little bit of hair powder, that wax powder. I'm thinking what else you could have. Maybe some more drugs. Not that kind of drugs. I'm talking about acetaminophen, ibuprofen, Tums. Like a nice little bag like you're about to head out to a hotel. Maybe a washcloth, a bar of soap, like a little baby bar of soap, and like essentials, shower essentials. Couple Band-Aids, maybe some duct tape. That kind of stuff can go a long way, and it can really help you out in a bind. And that's what you're looking for, something in a bind. You don't need to carry it all the time, but you get out to your car, you're about to head out to a date, to an interview, and you got to freshen up. Maybe a little bit of mouth spray. It can really do you some justice. I think to be a man is to be hygienic, it's to be clean, it's to be prepared. And that's basically the basics of being prepared. I guess one step beyond this would be what you have in your house, what you have in your room. What do you have? What do you have access to that you could bring specifically for a trip, for a date trip, for an event, for things like that? That goes into cameras and technology and over-the-ear headphones, microphones, laptops. That goes into that stuff. Not exactly the stuff that you want to keep in your car. So I guess we'll save that for another video, probably another night, because that's going to be an extensive list. But maybe I provided a little bit of insight for you today. It's nice to get out of the whole negativity of some of the philosophy that I talk about And I understand that you're probably waiting on that caffeine video. I'm very excited to over obsess and hyperfixate on that, but it's a very long Excel document, probably with over 300, maybe 500 entries of different products, brands, and quantities of each one. I'm talking Red Bull 8 ounce, Red Bull 16 ounce, Red Bull sugar free edition. Every different caffeine content, from cheapest to most expensive, I'm going to go through everything. I think that's going to be a really fun video, at least for me. I've already found joy in researching it, but it's going to take some time to get that one out there. But I hope you like this little 3-part series. Sorry I had to split it up, but I keep having people walk by me, and I figured it'd be better to split them up into chunks. Anyways, I'll catch you later. See ya.